Hi everyone, welcome to Spanish 1020. We are reviewing the PowerPoint that we will be seeing in class if I didn't have a conference in Boston. But it is working on what we covered yesterday in class, so I'm not feeling that bad about leaving you alone. No, you guys are missing me, but anyway. So this is what we will be covering today. We're gonna continue with the situation where we have both the direct object and the indirect object pronouns together in a sentence. I know pronouns are a big headache for many of you, so I'm sorry, but it's gonna be better, okay? And then we'll practice vocabulary about clothes and buying clothes, and there will be a couple of assignments on Canvas for you to complete. So as you guys, I hope you remember, we have different pronouns for direct objects and for indirect objects. So the direct object pronouns were those that were directly affected by the action we were discussing in the sentence. So if it's for the yo person, it's gonna be me. For the two person, it's gonna be te. For él, it's gonna be lo. And then for ella, it's gonna be la. For nosotros, is nos. For vosotros is os. And for ellos is los. And for ellas is las. Okay, so the idea of the direct object pronoun was that it's the action, is the thing directly affected by the action of the verb. So if I say, compré un regalo para mi hijo, okay, so un regalo is the thing that I directly bought, right? I bought a present for my son. The thing that I bought is the direct object. And if you want to keep having the conversation, you're gonna substitute that un regalo for its pronoun, which will be lo, okay? And we usually place it before the verb, so lo compré en Amazon, okay? So it's the law, this law is referring to the present that I already mentioned, and because we're sharing the conversation and we're all listening to each other, we know that this law is going to be referring to this, right? And the indirect object pronouns are indirect object pronouns. They are most of the time similar to the direct objects, but the third person singular. So for the yo, it's going to be me. For two is te. For él, ella is le. So there's no differentiation in gender in third person singular as it is with the direct object. Nosotros, nos, vosotros, os, ellos, ellas, les. Okay. I forgot also usted. Okay. And ustedes. So going back here, it's gonna be either usted if it's a masculine or feminine usted, you're gonna use either or, okay? And same with here with the plural ones. Okay, so using the same example that we had for the direct object, the indirect object is the part of the sentence that benefits from the action. Okay, so who is getting a benefit out of this? I bought a present is going to be mi hijo. So this is the indirect object. if I continue the conversation, lo compré en Amazon, le gustó mucho, right? So he, well, that's not going to work. It is a direct object, but it's not going to be indirect object, but it's not going to be as obvious. So I say le gustó mucho, and then he was talking to her sister, and he told her that he was gonna buy one for her. So le comprará otro a su hermana. Okay, so su hermana refers to this le. Okay, so those are the direct, indirect object and the direct object examples. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoint. Okay, when we're using both indirect and direct object pronouns together in a sentence, then we are going to be putting them in the same order always. Okay, so it's going to be indirect object first, direct object second. Okay, and when we have the third person indirect with the direct pronoun, we're going to change that le or les into a se. Okay, so se la preparé cuando llegué a casa. Okay, we're talking about the dinner. Okay, so I prepared dinner when I got home for my family. So preparé la cena, right? La preparé cuando llegué a casa. And if I want to say I prepared dinner for them, it will be les preparé la cena. The thing is, when you put it together, that's when you need to switch that. Okay, so we'll go back to the whiteboard. Okay. Okay, and we're following the compré un regalo para mi hijo. For some reason, I want to change. It's not going to be le, because at the son, lo, that's the present, compré en Amazon, right? That's not right. Okay, so we would do that, and we would do se lo compré en Amazon. So it's as soon as you have a le or a los, right? So usted or le or les, if there's a second pronoun coming after it, you're gonna change that one. It doesn't matter if this is the third person singular, if it's, I don't know, whatever. So let's say that yeah, I can't think of another example, but that's the idea. Okay, so third person singular or plural plus a direct object, that's gonna change. It sounds bad, lelo. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoint. Okay, remember that there's situations where you could put the pronouns attached to the infinitive, the er, ir, ar forms, or the gerund or the present participle, the ing forms in English, ando, yendo in Spanish. So in this case, you could do it also, right? So you could say, mañana se la voy a preparar yo. So tomorrow I will be preparing it myself, or mañana voy a preparársela yo. And we're back into the it's up to you situation. You can decide where to place those pronouns attached to the non-conjugated form or before the conjugated form, but the order of the pronouns is always going to be the same. Indirect object plus direct object. Indirect object plus direct object pronouns. Okay? Okay. So I'm gonna post these pictures in the on Canvas. I'm gonna create a quiz. Basically, you'll see the pictures and you're gonna have to tell me when would they be buying these clothes. Okay, so ¿cómo les queda? Are these fitting? So Estefania y Angela, it seems like she's not too happy about the clothes she's wearing, right? That's Estefania. So you can come up with something, okay? Okay. And that was my phone in the office. Anyways. So yeah, that will be one of the first assignments on Canvas. Then there will be another question in the quiz where you have to match what the client is saying and what the seller is saying. And then this is the part that I don't think you want to do on Canvas, but this will be something that will be good for your oral exam or for next class where we will be just reviewing really quick this material. Okay. Obviously, we don't have time for 20 questions, but that's the idea. So review what we covered today and start getting ready for exam 2. We're going to be doing oral exam 2. We will be doing it during the final week of class. Okay, so if anybody has any question, just let me know. Thank you.